Alright, greetings everyone. I'm trying to do a little bit of a slide in on my new videos. Like I wanna do this like turnaround thing, but it's actually more difficult to orchestrate with the way I do stuff. So anyway, weird intros aside, today we're gonna be doing the look at what's coming to global/worldwide this week in very brief amounts. Then we're going to be talking about some stuff to do with the Wotv Weekly, which shouldn't take too long. And last but not least, I want to comment about this anniversary so far, because it has been like 1 week into the 4th anniversary, and boy, the opinions so far. All right, so first off, let's talk about what's coming to for you the English version, which should be just the way I say it, I guess, for now. You are Blood-Soaked Road and Sahagin Prince. Not too terribly much that I really want to say about this. The Sahagin Prince, VC, and Esper are essentially really good for Spear, and especially for a low-cost solution for Spear to be better than it currently is, to be the best that it could be, so to speak. As such, I think that they are worthy acquisitions from the raid since they are free and cost 0 resources. Next up, you will need an Earth Elemental character to get through this one, as well as potentially a... if I remember correctly. Blood-Soaked Road, I mean, this to me is, if you look at the character grouping and you like the character grouping, then go for it. Personally, I don't think that Melnia is really going to last too terribly much longer than her success on JP. But I could be wrong, just because there are some extra things there for gunners that we don't have. That might make a good amount of difference. But Melnia has really cooled on JP, so personally I think that this BC, unless the human killer just ends up being a substantial amount, probably a safe bet that you can skip this one. Alright, but also it's a permanent BC, and it's not a hollow BC, so you can always get it and raise it later easier than something else. Alright, so next up, Wotv Weekly for JP. I told you this one was going to be essentially a fast conversation. So the Wotv Weekly this week, I just want to touch base on Zidaine and Garnet. Now, comments from JP players seem to be that just because they're not OP, they're not worth it, which given the high cost of the game does track. However, I would like to say that my opinions haven't changed on them. Garnet is still fun, and I think she actually is a pretty decent addition to an Earth Magic party, if that was what you were interested in. That'll probably be important for doing well on the box event, but we'll see what the box event is like. It's still a little bit away before that happens. Talking about Zidaine, however, I think Zidaine's actually pretty good and pretty fun. I think that he's a neat enabler of stuff in the future. The real question kind of is how long his ability remains unique to him. If his ability ever starts getting picked up by other characters, it'll diminish from him a little bit. So I'm kind of hoping that's far off in the future. The like re-raise, Guts Protection, re-raises for Vivi, but Vivi is coming out this week. So this unique stuff should remain hopefully unique for at least a little bit of time, so that Zidaine can really... Right, but honestly, I think he's a pretty great little win character. Just fitting him in with the party is the real question, where he kind of fits in with best of characters. And I think that personally, like, he might be just really interesting with Soul and Shawls, but since I don't have Soul yet, I haven't tried it, and I haven't seen it yet. So, moving on, I guess we'll see what happens in Arena this week. And also, just to touch a little bit of base from the previous video where we talked about Greatsword versus Gun from the Wave Battle, the legendary equipment. Yeah, people came very down or pro on Greatsword, and I'm not too terribly surprised. That's the one that I was leaning to, and have since basically said yes, but you know, a new gunner would definitely go along in my mind. It's good that that's nowhere on the horizon. Moving on. Last but not least, I want to talk about the 4th anniversary at the 5th minute mark, and perfect. Alright, so first off, impressions from JP. A lot of people that I play JP with are pretty ho-hum slash bored slash really underwhelmed with the 4th anniversary, and my general opinion is the same. But without like most players on JP who are not heavy spenders or even mid-tier spenders are pretty out on Holo Vision cards already, and they are starting to go into PvP bonus territory, which is pushing some of the people who were interested in a specific part of the game just out and away, and that's never a good thing, especially because PvP is one of the things that is the lifeblood of games like this, and this just makes you unable to compete. Like now we're looking at max HP up by an unknown percentage, and also some extra resistances for duels, and that's kind of a little bit of starting to be just, well, you just can't compete anymore against people who get this. And they are small percentages, but they are going to add up over time. And yeah, so just from other players' perspective, most are pretty negative on this already, and that's more than likely going to continue into the future. As for me, I want to talk a little bit about my actual impressions, because the thing that's kind of hurt me on the 4th anniversary is the fact that the upgrades for quality of life haven't arrived and won't arrive till the 14th, which is to be expected, but it kind of got advertised at the beginning of the month, so I thought there was going to be a special update, and then it wasn't. It's, I guess, my own fault for getting excited about it, but I really was gunning for these quality of life improvements to do with trust masteries and getting rid of weapon proficiency and all of that, so the game would be more enjoyable, when the 4th anniversary started, which they said, November 1st. That's when the 1st anniversary was going to start. And it really kind of hasn't. We got a collaboration and we got a bunch of free pulls, but the anniversary still seems to be happening on the 14th. Wotv and Wotv's global and worldwide side is not even celebrating with us. And I thought that was the point of having a worldwide version. Like, yeah, translation, it sucks. You got to do it. So hire some people to get it done. Unless Gumi is getting all of this stuff done at the 11th hour right before it came out, but that would never happen. Point being that this anniversary feels really disjointed, when normally on JP it was just on the 14th and a lot of stuff came at once, and the quality of life updates came, which were big stuff for the anniversary. It felt particularly good, and so far this year, like, the banners and what's going on with Holo VCs, yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's really great. I don't even think it's really that great for whales. But, like, it bugs me so much more not to have the quality of life and the stuff that I was generally incredibly excited for. Like, Veritas units, yeah, they're still a little ways out. That's fine. Helena and the story event is a little ways out. That's fine. The anniversary banners have also sucked, which have just kind of been a little bit deflating. There hasn't been any select banners. The banners that they have put out are pretty unappealing because there's nothing really that's worth the actual spend. And I'm not saying that I wanted to spend, but it just overall feels so flaccid and deflated and uninteresting because of the way the banners are. There's not the quality of lives we were essentially promised yet, and all of that. And yes, it will come. But we were supposed to start the 4th anniversary, so should have started the 4th anniversary. Also, I really was gunning for just the hope that this year, with the whole long ass lead up to Worldwide, that we'd all be celebrating together. But I guess you guys got the free banner, so that's something. Anyway, let me know so far what you think in the comments below of the 4th anniversary. Are you excited for it? Do you hope it will arrive before December? Yeah, let us know, and thanks so much for watching. Take care. you later. I mean, it might have been in a Heroku video, but I'm just not watching. I think somebody mentioned to me that Heroku videos have stopped, so whatever. Later.